Today, we'll be interviewing that guy.
His name is Nicolaus Copernicus, and we will be interviewing him live with our homemade time machine.
Hello, I'm Nicolaus Copernicus.
Welcome, Nicholas. Have a seat.
Okay.
You having a good day?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we're here going to ask you a few questions, okay?
My name is, where were you born and what year was it?
I was born in Torun, Poland, February 19th, 1473.
As a kid, what was your life like?
It wasn't the greatest because my father died when I was only 10 years old. And when my father died, my maternal uncle took care of me, and he wanted me to get the best education I could get.
Okay, since he wanted you to get your best education you could, where did you do your schooling at?
So my uncle sent me to St. John's School at Torun. I then attended the Cathedral School of Torun. In 1491, I entered the University of Krakow. This is where I studied mathematics and painting. Even though I did not take astronomy classes, I started to get interested in it, and I wanted to learn more about it.
What did you do after graduating from the University of Krakow?
After graduating, I returned to Torun. This is where I took a cannon's position that my uncle arranged. That was arranged by my uncle from Bork's Cathedral. This is really only a priest's job, but I was still able to hold on to the job for the rest of my life.
So when did you get interested in astronomy?
I started to get interested in astronomy when I traveled to Italy in 1496. There I enrolled in the University of Bologna. I met another astronomer by the name of Domenico Maria Navarra. We began sharing our ideas and observations of astronomy.
We'll be back after the break.
It's here. ABC TV invites your whole family to enjoy the exciting new nighttime fun frolic of Hollywood's all-time favorites. Don't miss the Bugs Bunny Show. Yes, everybody laughs at that carrot-eating character and his crazy pal, Daffy Duck, the Big Dame Hunter, Pepe Le Pew, Yosemite Sam. Whoa, you! And who else, Bug?
The Oscar-winning Twinnie Pie.
Okay, we're back from the break. Nicholas, follow us this way, please. We have a very important question to ask you. Have a seat.
Why did astronomers think that the Earth was in the center of the universe?
Well, most astronomers believed in the geocentric model, which is what this is, and they believe the geocentric model for many reasons. One reason is because when observing space, it looks like the stars, sun, and planets revolve around the Earth each day. The second common notion of the supporting of this geocentric model was that the Earth does not seem to move from the perspective of an Earth-bound observer, and that it is solid, stable, and unmoving.
So what you were saying was, when people on the Earth, that's why they thought it was the center of the universe, because it didn't seem like it was moving?
Yeah, that's exactly why they thought of Earth being in the middle of the universe.
To get a better understanding of this model, can you explain it to me?
Yep. Okay, well, Earth was here, Mars here, Venus here, Mercury here, Saturn here, Jupiter here, and the Sun here, and that's what all astronomers used as their models for the Earth being the center of the universe.
Okay, so now explain your point of view on this model, which is called?
This is called the heliocentric model. Well, Sun is the center of the universe, Mercury here, Venus here, Earth here, Mars here, Jupiter here, Saturn here, Uranus here, and Neptune here. And all these planets, and Pluto here, and all these planets revolved around the Sun instead of Earth being the center of the universe.
Well, how did you come up with this idea?
So, Nicholas, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, one day I just thought that the Sun was in the middle of the universe, but I needed evidence for this. And I went off some astronomers' work. For example, I went off an astronomer by the name of Albertoni. I looked at some of his books and how he placed the planets, and I also did this with another astronomer by the name of Aldusi. But I really figured out most of how like the planet's motion was by mathematics, and yeah.
So that's how you came up with your idea that the sun was the center of the universe instead of our planet, Earth.
Yeah.
So, Nicholas, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, one day I just thought that the sun was in the middle of the universe, but I needed evidence for this, and I went off some astronomers' work. For example, I went off an astronomer by the name of Albertoni. I looked at some of his books and how he placed the planets, and I also did this with another astronomer by the name of Aldusi. But I really figured out most of how like the planet's motion was by mathematics, and yeah.
So that's how you came up with your idea that the sun was the center of the universe instead of our planet, Earth.
Yeah.
Well, Nicholas, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, anytime.
See?
I do.
Okay, well, Copernicus did not publish his theory at all, but people figured out about this model, his theory, which is called the heliocentric model. And when people found out about it, they didn't believe it at all. But it wasn't their choice to judge because they didn't really know much about it, but Copernicus made this theory. And after all, Galileo thought that Copernicus' theory was true, but he didn't have any proof, and that's what would make Copernicus known later on because of Galileo proving it.
Galileo later got a letter from one of his followers. In detail, Castelli suggested that planet Venus could hold the key. He said that if Venus orbited around the sun, then the Earth did too. Venus would be sometimes crescent, sometimes not. Castelli asked Galileo to look at Venus with his telescope to see if he could see Venus being a small disk than a larger crescent. Galileo looked at it and it appeared that Venus did go from a small disk to a larger crescent. Galileo immediately grasped that the sun centered the system, and Venus circled in an orbit between the Earth and the sun.
So this shows that Earth must be revolving around the sun rather than Venus. Years later, Galileo published a book of the debate of the world system of the universe. Is the sun the center of the universe, or is the Earth the center of the universe? This book made many to believe that the sun is the center of the universe. It is the book that won the war between the proof of modern technology of astronomy and earlier day astronomy.
And now we have a short video clip to show you. As you can see, these are the phases of Venus that Galileo saw when he was looking through his telescope. It went from a fuller Venus to a smaller crescent. Bloopers! So, Nicholas, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, one day I just thought that the sun was in the middle of the universe, but I needed...
So, Nicholas, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, first, there's not really an answer to how I found out that the Earth was...
Well, thanks, Nicholas, for having you on the show. Come this way, we'll send you back.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yep.
Copernicus did not publish this theory. People figured out about this heliocentric model after he died. Stop it.
I'm Nicolaus Copernicus. I'm a wizard.
Yeah, Mom, I know. Alright. Oh, thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Don't forget about the Looney Tunes.